Humane manufacturing mats reduce bedding costs. They cushion animals' joints and muscles. Mats will not absorb moisture and animal fluids. All of our recycled rubber mats and rubber floor products are made using only the best of the best, clean, green, and recycled. Antibacterial and antifungal agents are added during the manufacturing process, guaranteed not to curl or buckle as you see here. Rubber mats use the Lock Tough system. Use Humane manufacturing stall mats for all of your needs.
Well, welcome to our September report of the world of equine news here on Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we're glad to have you join us. We're going to start right off with a story about the Coalition of State Horse Councils. The coalition will meet in Colorado this November 2nd to the 4th. Now, this meeting is hosted by different states every year, moves across the USA, so all may see the needs of an area. It's a group of state horse councils that are working together to cover issues concerning horsemen and women from around the country and working it through the channels of the American Horse Council to accomplish things with the input of knowledge and knowledgeable horse people. Contact your state horse council or the Coalition of State Horse Councils and see how you can get involved. Well, from the Olympics, gold for Great Britain at the Olympics this year. Great Britain's new shining star, Charlotte Desjardins, brought the crowd to their feet and also brought the crowd at the London 2012 equestrian events to a perfect conclusion when securing the individual Olympic dressage title as winner of the Grand Prix Freestyle at Greenwich Park. Last of the 18 to line out, the 26-year-old rider scored a magnificent 90.089. The Netherlands' Adelaide Cornelissen and Parzival, they were put into the silver medal position with the Britain's ride. Now, you could hardly script it better as Great Britain's dressage riders scooped Olympic team gold. The previous day, the equestrian venue at Greenwich Park resounded the wild roars of the home crowd as their jumpers topped the team podium for the first time in over 60 years. Well, we'll be right back with more Olympic news and a look at some new products that we found. Stay with us.
We'd like to make your dreams come true at Active Riding Trips. Whether you're an active horseman, avid horseman, or part-time horseman, you can enjoy Active Riding Trips. You can ride the Gold Rush ride in the mountains of California near the Gold Rush Find, the hills of New England and Vermont, Virginia fox hunting, Tuscany to Ireland, and to South America. It's all there for you. You'll be treated like a king or a queen at ActiveRidingTrips.com. Get a hold of them, make your dreams come true, and make memories. Speaking of Horses is made possible by Equessentials Horse Care Products, for products developed by a horse person, for horse people, and horse use. Please check out Equessentials Horse Products. They have all the products you need to perfectly care for your horse's coat and physical appearance and well-being. Equessentials.
Well, welcome back. We're still going to headline Greenwich, UK. Stefan Peters and Ravel carried the weight of a nation into the main arena for the freestyle, which would determine the individual medals. Now, at the most consistently clutch combination in U.S. dressage history, they didn't have the day they were hoping for. Great Britain did. As we mentioned earlier, Charlotte Desjardins scored a historic 90.089, and Vallegro did this with an individual gold on the heels of the team gold she scored earlier in the week. Now, that gold was the first dressage medal ever won by Great Britain. Desjardins and teammate Laura Bechtolsheimer hopes that they had won the bronze and the triple that counted that afternoon. Adelaide Cornelissen and Parzival scored silver for the Netherlands. Well, we like to find new products, and new product innovation can sometimes be so simple. There's a new product that we wish to show you. We always keep an eye out for these products that make work a little easier around the barn and the paddocks, even in the yard. Now, this product comes to us from England. Now, let's check out this video that we have here from British TV. Watch.
Great bargains 24/7.
But now, this is... why didn't someone think of this
I don't know.
medieval times? Because it's such a brilliant idea.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, when you think about the things you use your wheelbarrow for, so autumn time in particular, you're picking up leaves, there's no weight to them, but how do you gather them up and put them in? The wheelbarrow booster trebles the amount of space that we have in a regular wheelbarrow, and you can see there. Look at the difference in that image. You've got the wheelbarrow that's just uncovered is, you know, carrying a load of stuff, but it's not a very big load.
Which is all going to fall out anyway.
It's all going to fall out.
Pick that up, it's all going to fall out the front anyway.
And the beauty of it is basically, once you've actually finished, or you get to your destination, you can tip the barrow in a normal way. But of course, then all of the stuff you're carrying in it will fall away. But it's so easy. It's got an elasticated bottom. It's a bit like the elastic around a a waistband, if you like. It's like the waistband for your wheelbarrow there. And of course, above that, it's an incredibly high quality, rip-proof.
It is. I was thinking you could do. I mean, you could do building rubble and stuff. You could not just gardening.
It's reinforced. It really, really is top quality. This. And UV stabilised as well, but it turns your wheelbarrow into, effectively, you know those tip bags that you often see?
That you can't lift.
That you can't lift. When you come to actually empty them, it takes two of you, and you're struggling and you're trying to get it off the ground. This is the answer. A fantastic, just indispensable thing for your garden.
Combined driver Chester Webber, the 9-time USEF National 4-in-hand champion, is sporting an individual silver medal around his neck following a successful weekend at the 2012 FEI 4-in-hand Driving World Championships. Webber took the championships by storm, driving away with the individual silver, while he and his U.S. teammates Jimmy Fairclough and Joe Yoder captured the bronze team medal. Webber made a name for himself in 2008 when he became the first American to ever win an individual medal in the 4-in-hand division at the World Driving Championships. Now, Webber won the individual silver that year and returned his weekend intent on defending his title, which he did with brilliance. You know, quote, "It was great to be back on that medal podium," Webber said. "The horses were fantastic the entire weekend. They had the best show of the year." Webber spent the summer competing in Europe with his team and turning in one successful dressage test after another to become known as Mr. Dressage. Webber maintained his Mr. Dressage title at the World Championships. We will be back in just a moment with a look at equine agility as it travels across the USA and new pasture growing innovations. Stay with us.
Gooseberry Natural Feed was created to provide healthy products, basic nutrition, and enhance the digestive system and process in all equines. Gooseberry has certified organic ingredients for a total health feed. To learn more about Gooseberry Natural Feed, contact them at gooseberrynaturalfeed.net.
Equine agility, it's one of the fastest growing equine sports today. It's a competitive-based skill challenge of taking your horse of any breed through the obstacle course, and it's done in hand, so many more equestrians can participate. Now, Speaking of Horses TV is pleased to be covering the many events over the next year, so you can watch Equine Agility on Speaking of Horses and learn how you may participate also. Now, here's just a little short promo about Equine Agility that we filmed at the Missouri Foxtrotters Youth Show this summer in Ava, Missouri.
Hi there, Sue DeLaurentis, Christy Unsel, and we're at the Missouri Foxtrotting Horse Breed Association Spring Futurity Show with the youth seminar, and we just did Equine Agility.
Hi, join us for Equine Agility all around the country as the series progresses.
August 23rd, 2012, that's the date. The Washington International Horse Show is pleased to announce tickets are now on sale for this competition. Now, the competition itself runs October 23rd to the 28th at the Verizon Center in downtown Washington, D.C. Full ticket information can be found by checking out WIHS.org. Now, the WIHS is one of the most exciting equestrian competitions in the nation. Spectators are welcome to join in the festivities during the week to watch show jumping at its best. The beautiful hunters and the best up-and-coming junior riders in the country. Exhibitions contribute to the fun atmosphere of the show and are always a big hit for riders and non-equestrians alike. Get your tickets today. Be sure and check it out. Olympic gold medalist Laura Kraut of the United States and Nick Skelton of Great Britain are planning to attend the WIHS again this year. At the 2011 show, Skelton was the big winner in the $100,000 President's Cup Grand Prix with Carlo, and the $25,000 high jump class with Unique. Now, Laura Kraut plans to bring one of her top horses, Tiara, while Skelton will return with Carlo, who is a huge fan favorite at the WIHS this year. Kraut said Washington International is a special show in the United States, and they really make an effort to put a world-class competition together. We need to make sure it has great support. Keep it important. Washington is a show that I make an effort to compete at every year. Well, you know, in recent drought areas of the United States, hay and pasture have been at great premiums. You need only have to buy some hay recently in certain areas to know that. Now, there's always innovative ideas coming to deal with problems, and here's a new concept in pasture. It's called Fodder Solutions. I recently talked with them at the Western States Horse Expo in Sacramento, California. Check this out and see what it might do for you. Well, we're still here at the Western States Horse Expo in beautiful Sacramento. One of the things we like to do, and speaking of horses, when we do some of these highlight shows, is talk about some innovative things, some things that may not be brand new, but I haven't seen it, all right? So I have with me Lisa. The company is Fodder Solutions, and it's right here. Tell me what this is.
This is sprouted barley, and it's hydroponically grown in our systems, and it goes from seed, a dry seed, to a living viable feed in 6 days.
6 days. Now you grow it in a temperature enclosed, controlled trailer or facility?
Yes, it is temperature controlled.
So what people do then is when they get it, it's already grown?
Yes, it is already grown.
So this is something I assume that it's going to offset the fact that, like we're in Sacramento, and in this part of the world, the pasture gets to be like nothing through the summer. Because in California, I've traveled out here many times, and, you know, from San Francisco to here's two different worlds, for example. And you have 2 seasons here, green and brown. And all summer long is brown, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So what got you started on this? What's the development history of this?
Well, the history, it began in Australia. There are 2 gentlemen there, Terry Collis and Flavio. They invented the systems and discovered that barley, the sprouted barley, is the most nutritious grass of all. So it surpasses wheats, oats, all of that.
Now, in this system to grow it, is that an accelerated? I mean, what's the normal period to get barley that high?
It is 6 days. It's completely natural, no chemicals. It's not speeded up. We don't have grow lights. It's all natural.
But in your system, you continually grow it, and it's not dependent on the atmosphere or the conditions outside.
Correct. The outside conditions, it could be sub-zero or 110 degrees, and it does not affect the internal conditions.
So when you get it like this, it's ready for the horse to eat, right?
Absolutely.
That is fantastic. So this is a way to solve pasture issues right here, right?
Absolutely. Any issues, really, you can replace your alfalfa, your grass hay with the sprouted barley.
Now, for people that want to find out more about this, how do they contact your company?
You can go to www.simplycountry.net and go to our contact page and shoot us an email.
And again, it's called Fodder Solutions, but it's simplycountry.net right there. I'm looking at it now on the side of the trailer. It is really a neat concept. When I saw it here, when I got here, I thought, before the weekend is over, I want to find out about this.
Fantastic. It is certainly very, very amazing. The difference that we have seen in the horses has been tremendous. It's fully packed with your vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes. The enzymes are one of the most important things that our horses are lacking today because they're eating a dry feed. This is a living feed that your horse can eat every day, and every day of the year, no matter the temperature or the external what's going on outside, they have a consistent feed year-round.
Wow, that's great. Lisa, thank you.
Oh, you're very
welcome. All right. And we've got more coming. Stay with us right here on Speaking of Horses at the Western States Horse Expo. We're in Sacramento, California. When we return, a touching story from Stolen Horse International and a long time awaited reunion. We'll be right back.
Woodstar Products offers custom stalls for every barn and every barn style. Woodstar offers top quality design, construction, and customer service for every stall and barn need you can come up with. Custom built for you. Design your own stall with their new system online at woodstarproducts.com. Check them out. That's Woodstar Products.
Well, right now my guest here on Speaking of Horses is John Bozanovich, or just Boz, shall we? Boz is pretty much it. So welcome, Boz, and tell us a little bit about what you're doing here this weekend at Western States Horse Expo.
Well, you know, we're trying to have some fun. We're trying to bring back a system that Monty Foreman had introduced years back. And we've kind of expanded on it, and we call it bossage. And it's one of those things that we're trying to show that we ride on our feet, not our seat. And it's a complete different theory, and we kind of break it down to show why we do it. And we have a show out there that I'm hoping that's different and exciting, and we show some basics.
Well, you did a demonstration earlier this morning. Now, when we finish this interview, those of you watching on TV, we're going to show you some highlights of this. So you're going to get the chance to see it. But, you know, there were some really nice things in your demo and all the various things you can do, all the different maneuvers that if you can accomplish those, you can put your horse where you want him to be.
Sure. You know, bossage basically stands for it is the footwork that counts. And without the footwork, it doesn't matter what we're trying to do with these horses. It's really difficult. It's amazing to me that other sports that I play in, like golf and whatever, and I'm a scratch golfer, it wasn't until I really started working on fundamentals and understanding how to work that little white ball to be able to bring the score down. And it's done in anything, through tennis, through all the sports. But in the horse world, it's the footwork that we're starting to miss, and we're trying to bring that back. And I'm not doing something different that Foreman talked about for years back, from the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s. And if you look at his old footage, you know, he was the originator of the flying change and how it all came about.
You know, quite honestly, I have seen a little footage of Monty Foreman years ago, and he was extremely ahead of his time as far as where we're at right now. You know, he was the father of so many of those things, and it's nice to see you with your bossage keeping this thing going, because, you know, the certain basics are certain basics, and you can't change them.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like, I think there's a commercial out now with Pepsi, and I forgot the young man's name. That's a famous basketball player, and you can see him. It's a new thing, and they dress him up as an old timer. And he's in a car, and he goes, you'll see the commercial for Pepsi, he goes in and he's talking about how these youngsters that are playing in these different parks and trying to do their best in the basketball, that they're missing the fundamentals. And he says, where I came from, it was all fundamentals. And I'm not a basketball player, but it was amazing to me when I watched the footage. And then it shows him, he goes out there and he's sitting down like Grandpa, and the kids are playing, and he talks to one of them, and he says, hey, you know, let's get this on. Well, one of them on the team gets hurt, and it's a setup thing. And so then they ask if he wants to play, and it was amazing to look at all the young guys out there playing. What are we going to do with Grandpa? But they don't know that he's set up. And then he starts turning it on, and they couldn't believe. But he says it's the fundamentals that they're losing. They're bypassing it. They want instant gratification and not have to work for it.
That's right, and you know, I've heard people before talk about, you know, in the United States we want instant gratification. It's like I heard a dressage instructor one time when somebody said, well, how can I get this accomplished in fewer than like 8 or 9 years? and he just pounds the table and he says, always in America, you want to do it tomorrow. He said, this is a long-term process. If you skip a step, it will eventually cost you.
Sure. You know, it's the only time you start at the top's when you dig in a hole.
I like that. I like that.
So you know, you set these things up and you do them, and once you know the secret to all these agility movements that we do, it really doesn't take that much time. The reason why sometimes it used to take me so much is that you get frustrated and things weren't happening. And Foreman said there's really, through the films that he did in slow motion, he said there's a secret, and it's like magic. Once you understand how that magic trick is played, it's no longer magic. But up to that point, the elephant disappeared. Well, he really didn't disappear. He's still out there if you see how they move the mirrors. So the guy shows you, and you go, well, you know, the secret's out of the bag. And the same with these horse agility movements. Once you understand them, you can do things in a quarter of the time than it used to say, well, it takes a lot of wet blankets. It does if you don't understand the secrets.
Well, now, how do people contact you, Boz?
Well, we have a website. It's, you know, well, I don't think you have to do www anymore. It's just bozsaddlery.com, and you can pull it up, and the site is quite large. I think it's 6 megabytes or something on it. It's bigger than we're supposed to have. We keep adding. And there's some things on there. What's really important is you get at the home page, the first thing is going to have a short video, 7-minute video, but what's really important, the next step down is called RBR Saddle Research, and RBR stands for Riding by Reasoning, and please click on it. It's 19 articles, PDF file. It is the most scientific study ever done on saddles and the horsemanship. It's Monty Foreman's. It's really easy to see, and it's mostly drawings, which he did all the drawings himself. And once you understand what the system does, you know, and why we ride on our feet and not our seat, it may give you an interest to try something different that shortens up the time and makes it a lot more fun for you to do.
Well, on the website you'll find all your stuff about training, but you'll find all the saddles and various pieces of tack that you have developed and built as well. So, Boz, we thank you for joining us.
Well, I appreciate it, Wayne. You helped me this morning, and you're kind of my hero. so I hope that you don't. I hope I didn't do anything that would offend you out there today. You've helped me a tremendous amount, and I hope the friendship just keeps on growing.
Hi, Richard Sachs from Equipedic again. Many of you have seen me do this demonstration at shows where I have people put their hand underneath the saddle pad and then I sit on the tree and apply pressure to their hand to demonstrate what the horse feels. But today I'm going to do a little demonstration that I think will show you more clearly how well the Equipedic saddle pad resolves impact and pressure issues. Okay, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to place this pad. This is a pad that I ride on every day. It's a little bit dirty. Down on this concrete block, and I'm going to have my horse step on my hand. As you can see, the saddle pad is sitting on a concrete block, and I'm going to have him step on it, so I'm going to get him used to it now. See if he'll move up. Good boy. Good boy. And once he stops eating the pad, I'll go ahead and have him lift his foot, and I'll place my hand underneath the pad. Here we go. And now having him place his foot down on the pad, and as you know, many times when you've had a horse step on your foot, it really hurts. But as you can see, I can leave my hand under there for quite a bit of time. Thanks, Shalom. I appreciate that. And of course, as you can see, my hand is still functional and it doesn't hurt. 56% of the weight of the horse is on the forelegs. So on a 1,200-pound horse, that's a significant amount of weight.
Well, that's our September report of World of Equine News on Speaking of Horses. Join us for all of our regular shows featuring all types of horses and horse stories and products. And then again next month for our October report right here on Speaking of Horses. Until then, Wayne Williams saying happy trails.
Andis, professional, lightweight, versatile grooming tools for a best-in-show finish with every stroke. With Andis Power Stroke, you have a heavy-duty, high-speed, power groom for professional results every time you clip. Also, get great horse grooming tips from Dana Boyd Miller and from Andis. Check us out at andis.com, also on Facebook and Twitter.